It is up, everyone. This is Captain Eon speaking with the hopes that by sharing my everyday journey, not only will I grow, but that you will all be able to grow in God with me. Here's a riddle for you. What does a Shakespearean play and 80s and maybe 90s romances all have in common? Give up? These are all moments in time where public displays of profession were evident. When it comes to the Shakespearean time, I'm thinking of the Romeo and Juliet play, that famous saying, hark from what yonder window break, is that how it is? But basically he was talking about his beauty. He saw her at the window. I never saw the play, but I'm just trying to put it together, so forgive me if I'm not being exact, but my idea or my understanding of it is that he sees her in the window and begins to publicly proclaim her beauty. As well as in the 80s and the 90s. When I think about in the 80s, I'm thinking about the movie which its title slips me right now, but it's the one where the guy kind of goes up to the window holding up the boombox playing the song, and it's ultimately like a public display of, and again I call it profession, as he's professing his love for the one who he desires the most. And so where does this all fit in today? And I'm glad I asked on your behalf to myself. This whole, truly the 66 book library is basically one complete love story. But this collection of chapters in this book, the Song of Solomon, the Song of Solomon, is like, for me, God publicly professing. If no one else got the message, he says, okay, I'm gonna give the proverbial boombox over my head and shout it loud, this everlasting love affair. First, he, in chapter 2, verse 2, proclaims it. My desire, my love, his love for us. He describes he describes the object of his affection of being the rose among, here it says brambles, other translations, common understanding is thorns, but it's all basically the same thing. I looked up brambles, and brambles pertain to any rough or tangled prickly shrub, ones you get from berries. I didn't know, like blackberries and certain berries, there's prickles around them. And then also a rose bush is like a bramble, considered a bramble. But he says, amongst all of these thorns, amongst all of the sharp edges, is my beloved. And at first I was thinking, okay, that's saying, like the weeds, his flower amongst the weeds, the pure among the defiled, that sort of thing. But God is really changing my mindset. And he's realizing that everything he's done is for his love. because of his love. So could it be that because his rose is so precious, his beloved flower is so precious to him, that he set up a defense around it? He gave it a natural defense so that anybody or anything can't just get up in there and damage its petals. In response, we, his people, as a collective life partner in such love, recognizes the covering that God has given to us, his flower. And that covering could, using these double meanings, he covered us in the blood of the Lamb. So could it be here that, let me put this thought together. Just like I said that he protected his body with a defense, he first, I believe, made the example with his son. Because out of all mankind, all that has sinned, all that has fallen short, this bramble of humanity, comes this perfect one, the most fragrant of us all. He also continues in this love affair. Could that be the banner of love that is over us? Going on in this love affair, we are covered above with love. And then on the left and the right hand, for in great delight, it is a proclamation back to the one proclaiming their love for us, that he supports us with the left, supports our head. And I build upon this left and right with this idea of the law and salvation, the old and new, the two parts. Here's another example of the importance of the law. It is our support for our head. It is to keep our head thinking in the right way. And then the right hand comes in with the embrace. Because the law sometimes, again, it's the support can be cold. Like a support beam or something. It's there, it's strong, it can be relied upon, but it's cold in a way. Well, he provides a support with the left, and in the right, he follows that up with the embrace. So we are supported and embraced. Hallelujah. He goes further, and then he tops it all off. And he looks at us, his people, and says, I see no flaws. And I'm coming to understand that's because he's looking at himself. The image of the perfect one is flawless. Hence the importance of being covered in the blood. Because when he looks, he sees the beauty of the perfect Lamb. And thus, we are his beloved. We are in the image of his beloved. And his desire has always been to not only proclaim, to let it be known, better yet, to all where his heart lies, but also to bring his heart close to him, close enough where we all are one. Caption this. Perfect love is most desirable. Sir.